This was an absolutely outrageous and unacceptable situation. You made very threatening calls to this ministry as well as to a funeral home that were predominantly people of color. And you made outrageous racial slurs to the point where I couldn't even repeat them in this courtroom. You threatened these people. You talked about exterminating them. You threatened going down there. You talked about white supremacy groups. There is no excuse for that whatsoever. To assault these people through leaving these messages, and you left 3 different messages at this ministry, a place that they're trying to help people with God, is just not acceptable by any standards. You, sir, are clearly a racist, and there is no excuse for that. And people like that, that goes to the core of what America is about. To treat someone just because of the color of their skin the way you did is just outrageous and not acceptable under any circumstances. Especially in today. We can't even turn a TV on today without seeing a mass murder somewhere. And quite frankly, I've been doing this 35 years, and if I had to give a profile of who would be a mass murderer, that would be you right now. Everything that I've seen you do and not do when you were supposed to, and that concerns me greatly. Ma'am?
Good afternoon, Trusock.
For the record, can you state your full name, please?
Paula and Woods.
All right, Ms. Woods, anything you'd like to say?
Yes, I would just like to say that I was a recipient of the phone calls that Mr. Jamison made. And prior to receiving those calls, the church that I work in, we had an open door policy, and we never locked the doors. People could come in and out. Since that time, they made a precedent that I keep the doors locked, have had to install cameras and so forth. And I just look over my shoulder every time I go to the church in fear for the threats that were made. And I just want him to know whether he meant them or not. With the temperature of the world today and all the violence going on, it's just unacceptable.
Ma'am, I'm very sorry that you had to go through those things. Thank you.